Hey fanboys, hey fangirls, Carnell Holley here, back for another spoiler review. It's been a minute, but here it is. This is on Logan, aka Wolverine 3. Now, I have a couple of movies that popped in my head while watching this movie in the movie theater. Now, if you've seen them, chances are you probably would have thought this too, or some things while the movie was going on would have popped in your head like, man, why does this seem so familiar? I'm like, I've seen this before, because a lot of things have been done over and over again. Some things are really iconic, and they have the in movie makers, they borrow. You know, we all borrow. As artists, we borrow. You know what I'm saying? And basically to show your not aspiration, but your love. That's not really the word that I want to use, but we're going to stick with love at the moment for the art. And as I was watching this movie, now Logan, because it's a Fox film, it's not completely based off the comic. It was one of those things where it's basically old man Logan. It's old man Logan. Logan is old. He's old. He's looking rough. I mean, wow. This movie is basically like a Western, because in the comics, old man Logan, he's out in the West and in the future and this and that. So, as far as comics are concerned, if I'm not mistaken, please correct me if I'm wrong and put it down in the comments section, that it's taken a lot from Old Man Logan, the basis, and Death of Wolverine. As far as the movies, now I'm going to rattle them off and then we're going to go through it in the review. Basically, as I was watching this film, I thought of Lethal Weapon 1, Universal Soldiers, Mad Max and the Thunderdome, and The Lion King. Yep, The Lion King. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about with The Lion King, but we'll get to that, because that's basically it. You know what I'm saying? Lethal Weapon. You know, we're going through this movie, and Wolverine is just like, he's looking rough. He's not looking his spry self. You know, I'm like, you know, what's up with Wolverine? And you know, when you later find out that he's sick, he's dying. You know what I'm saying? It's on the inside. And food for thought. Remember, because I'm about to throw some health stuff at you. Just because a person looks healthy doesn't mean they're healthy on the inside, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to be on that health tip, but this is not the channel, that's on the other channel. Nevertheless, now he's sick. And in the course of the film, you know, we have different characters. You're hearing that there's not a lot of mutants. It's like, wow, you know, what happened, you know? And from the comics, all the comic book readers and fans were automatically thinking like, well, if it's based off of it, you know, Forrest. But remember, it's Fox, and Fox, they do their own thing. So, you know, you would think like, oh man, Wolverine, what did he do? Did he get coerced in the killing the X-Men? It's like, oh man, you know, when you find out about that, and you know, but did he do that? No, nope, he didn't do that. You find out that oh man, Professor Xavier did it, and he didn't know, or at least he suspected, and to keep him from experiencing this great loss even deeper, because when you find out that you're the cause of the death of your family and friends, like, you know, it's bad enough that they die, but that you're responsible for it, like, you know, I'm just like, we were even thinking like, okay, is it a technovirus? You know, the technovirus and all this and that, which is to kill off mutants and stuff like that. But it wasn't that either. You know, there's a lot of rumors being thrown out in the universe before this movie came out, and you're like trying to figure out like, yo, you know, is it the virus? And you know, it's a lot of stuff. But no, it's Professor Xavier. Now with the lethal weapon that I mentioned earlier, in Lethal Weapon, Riggs, who suffered a great loss also, his wife. He had a lot of suicidal tendencies, suicidal thoughts to the point where he was thinking about blowing his brains out. Now, in Logan considers blowing his brains out, but obviously he couldn't do it with a regular bullet. He would have done it with an adamantium bullet, you know, because adamantium, blah, blah, you know, there you go, head, brains all over the place. Blah, blah. So, anywho, now as things progress, we're on that whole Universal Soldiers tip. Now, Universal Soldiers 1 with Dolph Lundgren and as I'm thinking about it, and Jean-Claude Van Damme. So we have this Universal Soldiers element. If you remember the movie, it was a really good movie. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. That they have that truck. They're rolling around. Bad guys are rolling around in the truck, and they had this whole. Excuse me. Well, as they were trying to track down X-23, who you later find out is, you know, it's just like we weren't too sure if she was who we thought she was, but a few trailers later, then you realize like, oh, she is X-23. That was awesome. Now, they had that whole Universal Soldiers element. Now you really get hit with it when the clone of Wolverine pops out, and he's all much younger. He kills the Professor Xavier, and Wolverine versus Wolverine. They're going at it. That was pretty hot. And the whole thing with the other thing is with the green serum, because the same thing was with Universal Soldiers, how they had that really jacked them up to make them even, you know, them super soldiers, Captain America. But now the whole Mad Max and the Thunderdome really hit. Was like, if you've seen that movie, there's a point where Mad Max goes into this desert area. Now that I'm thinking about it, see, a lot of desert action, because they were it's a western, so it was basically it was that western feel, and they were going on this trip, that journey, you know what I'm saying? Because in the comics, Hawkeye, who's old, he dies. Professor Xavier kind of took that spot. He dies. A lot of death. This was really gritty. I was really feeling that action, especially when Wolverine was jabbing his claws into people's heads like it was nothing. Like, oh, took him out. Took him out. You see the blades through his mouth. That was really awesome. Loved it. X-23 getting her thing in too. Killing it, like literally. So the whole Mad Max and the Thunderdome tip, like when Wolverine and X-23 finally got to with the other kids who was in the project of experimental, taking powers and blood samples from other mutants, which, if I'm not mistaken, was a nod to the previous X-Men film. It's throwing in the whole Mr. Sinister thing. So yeah, that's how they got X-23. So they get met up with the kids, and so they're like, it was a bit of back and forth, like, it doesn't exist. These kids, there's no Geneva or whatever, safe haven for these kids. It's like, it was all made up. It came from a comic book. Anywho, but they actually met up. It was a place they were going to make themselves, cross the border, these refugees or whatnot. It was crazy, but the thing was, when they finally got there, Wolverine took his serum. Oh my goodness! Let me back up for a minute. When the clone of Wolverine took out that family, and Elise Neal, was not expecting to see Elise Neal. Haven't seen Elise Neal in who knows how long. Elise Neal still looking good. I need to see her in some more stuff. But her family, the husband, the kid, even the kid died. They all died. A lot of death in this film. They got taken out. And then you get that first taste of Wolverine versus Wolverine. That was awesome. Now when we got to the end, and Wolverine finally got that boost, like he was Mario when he touched the star, and he got that, I was about to say he got that firepower. No, because that's the flower. Anyway, and they're going at it. Killed it. Loving it. Now, this, at the end, because this was basically supposed to be his ride off into the sunset. Westerns. And he did his thing, he got clawed up, you know, he's not healing as fast because if you didn't know, he had that metal poisoning because the adamantium is killing him from the inside out, and so that's why his healing factor is slowed down significantly. Crazy, you know, just like he's supposed to be healing, like, you know, we just don't expect that, you know, which is hindering his aging process, which made, you know, not hindering it, it was hindered prior to, but since the poison messing up his healing factor and all this and that, made him age, started to make him, you know, really feel his age. But after that gruesome battle, you know what I'm saying, after that battle, it was pretty hot. But he had this death scene, and when X-23 was just like, oh, he used up all the medicine, you know what I'm saying, and she's feeling the feels, Wolverine's like telling her like, oh man, this is what it feels like to have a daughter, and then here comes the Lion King, and you remember that part when Simba was Dad, you know, he was nudging him with his, Dad, you know, after he fell off the mountain, Dad, you know what I'm saying, like, you remember that, you know, but he's not alive, you know what I'm saying, the tears, you remember that, I remember that, I don't remember crying, but I do hear a lot of people, you know, cried during that scene, and so it's just like, man, Wolverine was like man, and so he took his last breath. He died, passed on, you know, X-23 did that eulogy and you know, had that cross, but then before she left, she turned that sideways, made that X, because he was basically the last X-Men. I get, well, nevertheless, dang, you know, I don't know how I don't know what the next step is after this. If I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be not a one shot, but you know, it's kind of a part of, but not a part of. And then I don't know if they're going to do some time travel again and rewrite some stuff, and so bring Wolverine back, because this is from the comic Death of Wolverine, but in Death of Wolverine he got covered in adamantium, so it kinda is the Death of Wolverine because he didn't have his healing factor in the Death of Wolverine, and the adamantium melted on him and cooled, and he was encased in adamantium. So in essence, the adamantium killed him too. Wow, you know what I'm saying? When you really think about stuff, you see it, but, you know, they mixed it up. They did their own thing. So, that's how that was. That's how it ended. I really like the Universal Soldiers part, elements to it, to me, because I really like that film. If you remember seeing that movie, tell me what you thought about that. But what did you think of Logan? Like how it ended, how this trilogy rode off into the sunset like this, like they killed Wolverine, you know what I'm saying? So, like, dang, they did their thing. I enjoyed it. It was man. I don't know what Fox is gonna do. I don't know when they're gonna bring back Wolverine, who they have in mind for Wolverine. But as far as Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, it looks like it's done. You know, I enjoyed his run as Wolverine. That he was, you know, the comics, short, stocky mofo. you know, Napoleon, I wouldn't say he had a Napoleon complex, but he was short, stocky. You know, Hugh Jackman, not a short guy, but the way he played him was you did your thing, Hugh. You did your thing. So, I enjoyed the film. Tell me what you thought. Express it down in the comments. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button. You know, like, if you liked it, you like what you see, like it, share it, subscribe, like I said before, because we do more stuff like this. Spoiler reviews, other content, but this movie, man. So, till then, hope you enjoyed yourself. Carnell Holley, signing off. Click the like button. Any comments or concerns, express it in the comments section. Any updates, I am on social media. Just Google Carnell Holley. I pop up.